Our thoughts and prayers are with his loved ones during this difficult time. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
On behalf of Sun Broadcasting Holdings Limited and its subsidiaries, Sun FM Radio, Sun TV, Sun Sports TV, and Konkola Radio, we extend our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and the people of Zambia on the passing of the late former President, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. We remember his leadership and contributions to our nation. May his legacy inspire us. Our thoughts and prayers are with his loved ones during this difficult time. May he rest in peace.
A new dawn is upon us, with great opportunities and a new hope for our future. Have you considered advertising your business on Sun FM TV with our surprisingly affordable rates? When you advertise on Sun FM TV, you'll also get free equivalent radio advertising spots or shoutouts on Sun FM Radio. For more details, call us on +260 961 205 967 or +260 212 615 341. Email marketing@sunfmzambia.net. It's a new dawn of new affordable advertising packages on Zambia's first and finest visual radio, reaching over 5 million people across the whole country. If you're not advertising on Sun FM TV, then you're probably not being heard or seen. Come on board and advertise with us. Everyone's not only listening, everyone is watching. Your finest radio station is responsible for the dawn of a new era in Zambian broadcasting. Capturing your favorite sounds on radio into great moments on television and on social media. Welcome to Zambia's first and finest visual radio, Sun FM TV.
Sun FM, broadcasting from the Copperbelt capital, Ndola City.
This is your favorite
dawn of a new era in Zambian broadcasting. Capturing your favorite sounds on radio into great moments on television and on social media. Welcome to Zambia's first and finest visual radio, Sun FM TV.
Sun FM.
Imagine having the financial freedom to live life on your terms. With the ABSA Ultimate Plus account, you can manage your finances, save for the future, and access personal loans. Plus, enjoy travel insurance, a credit card, and retrenchment cover when the unexpected happens. If that's not value, I don't know what is. Let's help you write the next chapter of your ultimate story. Call 5950 to open an Ultimate Plus account today.
Your story matters. ABSA.
For in-depth news coverage from across Zambia, local and national news, business, politics, and sports, this is the Sun FM News, brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
The news.
Hello, with the news. My name is Imelda Chikwati. chief government spokesperson says President Hakainde Hichilema remains dedicated to promoting a governance approach rooted in transparency, dialogue and reconciliation. Government has dismissed claims made by a daily tabloid alleging that the United Nations Human Rights Council, UNHCR, found Zambia guilty of human rights violations, calling the report false, misleading and a deliberate act of misinformation. The Minister of Mines has revealed that government has realized a sum of $11 billion from the mining sector in the last 3.5 years. Zambian boxer Private Nene Maonga has advanced to the next stage of the ongoing African Military Boxing Championship being hosted by Morocco. Stay tuned for the details.
Sun FM.
And media Cornelius Mwaitwa has acknowledged that differing expectations were inevitable during the national mourning period for late former President Edgar Lungu. However, he emphasized that government's priority was to ensure a dignified and respectful farewell. Speaking on Hot FM, Mr. Mwaitwa explained that the government's primary focus was on working closely with the bereaved family in all aspects of the funeral arrangements, ensuring their wishes were honored while adhering to the protocols for a former head of state. He noted that while not all matters reached unanimous agreement, the most important aspect was that the family played a central role in determining how President Lungu would be laid to rest. The minister also highlighted that the passing of a former president naturally draws a broader public participation as the presidency's significance extends beyond the individual to encompass the political party and the Zambian citizenry as a whole.
Be done that way, but that for purposes of moving this process forward so that we get going with the processes of putting the late president to rest, those things had to be done the way they will be done. It is unexpected to be executed because this is a funeral, and during a funeral, the family takes center stage. But when you are dealing with a former president, there is a nuclear family, there is a family with a party, there is also a huge family, which is the entire citizenry.
Government has dismissed claims made by a daily tabloid alleging that the United Nations Human Rights Council, UNHCR, found Zambia guilty of human rights violations, calling the report false, misleading and a deliberate act of misinformation. At a media briefing, Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Mwaitwa clarified that the final report by UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights, Irene Khan, does not contain the allegations cited by the publication. Instead, the UN expert raised concerns about the growing levels of misinformation and disinformation in Zambia, using the tabloid's report as an example of such inaccuracies. Mr. Mwaitwa emphasized that the UNHCR does dialogue and mechanisms to strengthen global human rights standards. He, however, disclosed that the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Justice will be in Geneva to contend.
We must also indicate that the trait of disinformation has actually attracted the eye of the Human Rights Council, because even the Special Rapporteur has noted the alarming rates of disinformation in Zambia, especially amongst and relating to political players and the conduct of politics in this country. We want to urge as government of this country on the basis of an open door policy.
The Ministry of Mines has revealed that government has realized a sum of $11 billion from the mining sector in the last 3.5 years. And government says artisanal miners have so far contributed 45,000 metric tons of copper from over 700 licenses it issued to small-scale artisan miners. Minister Paul Kabuswe said this in Lusaka today when he witnessed the $100 million joint venture signing ceremony between US-based Metalex Commodities Limited have partnered to establish Lunda Resources, a joint venture focused on developing and operating the Mwinilunga copper mine in northwestern province. Lunda Resources has already invested 270 million kwacha and plans to meet a total of 2.7 billion kwacha. The project is expected to process up to 2 million metric tons of copper ore annually, yielding 100,000 metric tons of combined copper concentrates, copper cement and cobalt precipitate. The venture has created 130 jobs for Zambians and aims to generate 400 more, while also integrating 1,000 artisanal miners into its supply chain by providing designated mining space and a fair compensation for their output. Additionally, Lunda Resources is committed to environmental sustainability, designing a 10-megawatt solar power generation and a storage facility to reduce fuel consumption and carbon emissions. Beyond mining operations, the joint venture has invested 4.6 million kwacha in water and sanitation projects benefiting over 3,000 people. In collaboration with Chief Sailunga Ikundu and Chief Ntambu, Lunda Resources plans to allocate 27 million kwacha annually for community development initiatives through 2030. U.S. Ambassador to Zambia, Michael Gonzalez, highlighted the partnership as a reflection of the United States' commitment to strengthening commercial ties with Zambia and promoting responsible investment in critical minerals. Metalex CEO Ayo Sopitan emphasized the company's dedication to sustainability, innovation, and local empowerment, while Terra Metals chairman Momena Mushinge described the venture as a milestone for Zambia's mining sector, enhancing job creation and the country's role in the global energy supply chain. Chilabombe District Commissioner Precious Njekwa, accompanied by the district administrative officer and other senior government officials, conducted an official visit to Vipimpa copper mine to assess its production capacity and evaluate its economic contributions. The engagement aligns with government's ongoing efforts to strengthen collaboration with key stakeholders in the mining sector. During the visit, Vipimpa Mine Chief Executive Officer Jonathan Case provided insights into the mine's operations, noting that it remains in its early stages, having been active for less than 2 years. He further disclosed that the mine is expected to be officially commissioned by President Hakainde Hichilema within the next 2 to 3 months. Mr. Case expressed optimism that the district commissioner's visit represents a significant step toward fostering strong government-industry relations as the mine advances toward full-scale operations.
I'm here at Vipimpa Mine with District Commissioner Precious Njekwa in the delegation. They are here to appreciate the production of this mine.
Apart from meeting new management, we also want to appreciate the whole operations for now.
And according to the CEO of this mine, the mine is new and it's under 2 years.
You attest that really we were knocking recently and now the infrastructure. Why? Is because we are committed to our project And whatever you are seeing here has been done under 2 years. Yes, whatever you are seeing here has been done under 2 years. So what it means is that we are very new, and we started this mine from the greenfield.
The delegation later toured the mining site where Mr. Kaiser strongly refuted allegations that the miner caused pollution in a nearby stream. He stated that the company is following environmental guidelines and has measures in place to manage waste and runoff effectively.
Seen for yourself, we've gone to our tailing dam. That is not possible that we are able to pollute the environment. So there were claims that fish died in the stream. It's not possible, it's not from us, and that cannot happen with us, because we've put all measures to make sure that that does not happen. Even in the next 15 years, that cannot.
District Commissioner Precious Njekwa echoed the sentiments.
I'm aware that some farmers last year complained of the mine polluting the stream. From what I've seen so far is that it's not possible to pollute the stream, because their dam, their tailing dam, is very fertile.
Raising concerns over dust in the area, Mr. Kaiser revealed that the mine is constructing a third road to resolve the situation.
We are concretizing everywhere to make sure that there is no dust emission coming from anywhere around our mine area, and between ourselves here where the mine is and the Chiswi, the main road, which is a 10-kilometer stretch. We have decided as management that we make it a tarmac.
Chitarambo Town Clerk Sheila Songolo also added a voice.
I think this is a very huge and massive development for our district. I think we've been aiming for industrialization in our district, and what we have seen here is just a step forward to achieve that target.
The visit concluded with a call for continued collaboration between the mine and the district leadership to ensure sustainable mining practices that benefit both the company and the local people.
Reporting for Konkora Radio News, I am Zina Soko in Chilila Bombwe, Fipi Mine.
A governance expert has called for constitutional reforms to clearly define procedures for state funerals in Zambia, warning that current provisions are vague and prone to misinterpretation. In an interview, Wesley Mianda emphasized the need for a robust legal framework, particularly regarding the handling of funerals for former heads of state, to avoid reliance on assumptions or informal practices. His Kalungu. The discussions led to an agreement for the former president's remains to be repatriated via private charter and to lie in state at his residence in Lusaka's Chifwema area. While commending the cooperation between both parties, Mr. Mianda stressed that the body of a former head of state should ideally be received and mourned at a public institution, underscoring the symbolic importance of national recognition and honor. He reiterated that clearer constitutional guidelines would uphold the dignity of the presidency and help avoid future inconsistencies during periods of national mourning.
The Constitution of Zambia is not well defined on this issue of losing a former head of state, where the family needs to come and the state needs to come. The Constitution does not clearly define as to how this should be handled. I think going forward, these are some of the issues that we need to look at, so that when you talk about constitutional reforms, let's also look at the way these state funerals need, and also the state should know its boundaries. I think that's the way we need to look at it going forward.
The opposition Patriotic Front PF has stressed that the selection of a successor to the late former President Edgar Lungu will be Rafael Nakachinda, stated that Mr. Lungu did not endorse or name a preferred candidate for the 2026 general elections before his passing. Speaking on Diamond TV, Mr. Nakachinda clarified that no discussions had taken place within PF or the Tonse Alliance regarding the championed an open and democratic process, ensuring that both the party and the Zambian people would have the opportunity to determine the next presidential candidate.
Whether it was in 2021 when he went for sabbatical leave, was that the process to identify a leader should be transparent, should be open, should have the legitimacy of the Zambian people and the Patriotic Front. So if there's anybody within Patriotic Front and outside who are seeking to try and manipulate and deceive Zambians that were endorsed, they are wasting their time. If you have it, you are a leader seeking to serve the Zambian people genuinely. The Zambian people will identify you. The Patriotic Front members will identify you.
Meanwhile, acting Patriotic Front PF President Given Lubinda has announced that Tonse Alliance will ensure restricted access to the body of the late former President Edgar Lungu when it is repatriated from South Africa to Zambia. Speaking at a media briefing, Mr. Lubinda emphasized that the arrangements align with the family's request for Lungu's adept and physician to accompany the body during scheduled events. He assured that the alliance would provide additional security and expressed hope that the arrangements would remain undisturbed. As erectile dysfunction is becoming an increasing concern among men in Zambia, with medical professionals of medication or herbal remedies, Dr. Ospension Koa from Lusaka's Langiza Chikondi Clinic highlights that ED remains highly underreported due to stigma, embarrassment, and misinformation, which discourage men from discussing or seeking treatment. Hospital records indicate a growing prevalence of the condition, with the University Teaching Hospital UTH documenting 1,000 cases of ED between September 2021 and September 2022.
It's a silent struggle affecting thousands of Zambian men, but a few are willing to talk about it. Erectile dysfunction, a condition that impacts a man's ability to achieve or maintain an erection, is on the rise. Yet stigma and fear keep many from seeking help. Langiza Chikondi Clinic in Lusaka is sounding an alarm. In line with the Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, the clinic is stepping up efforts to encourage men to stop self-medicating or turning care and power, but instead seeking real medical care. Dr. Ospension Koa describes the condition as both common and underreported.
Lifestyle, high blood pressure can be one of the causes of erectile dysfunction. Excessive alcohol consumption can also be a cause, among others. So this is quite a common condition that is out there. That's important to be screened and treated.
He warns that beyond physical causes like diabetes or high blood pressure, mental stress and emotional trauma are often overlooked triggers.
A man who is unable to sustain an erection, in long term, this is a man who will get depressed because they won't be able to satisfy their partners. And so the major effect that this condition has is it's one of the causes of depression, especially in men.
According to official data, the University Teaching Hospital UTH recorded 1,000 cases of erectile dysfunction between September 2021 and 2022, while Livingstone University Teaching Hospital recorded 42 cases in just 1 month in 2023. Dr. Nkoa is urging men to break the silence, reminding them erectile dysfunction is not a life sentence, and with the right help, it's treatable. Thomas Mwale, reporting for Sun FM TV News.
By the Road Transport and Safety Agency, RTSA, Zambia recorded 8,809 road accidents in the first quarter of 2025, with 342 cases involving children under the age of 16. The incident resulted in 51 fatalities, 115 serious injuries, and 176 minor injuries. The Safety for People on the Move organization has urged motorists to refrain from using handheld devices while driving, citing an increase in child fatalities compared to 2024. in a telephone interview with Sun FM TV. Organization President Chifwesa Kaoma attributed to the rising number of child casualties. Ms. Kaoma emphasized that the growing number of child fatalities is alarming, attributing the accidents to a lack of awareness regarding road safety regulations. She urged stakeholders to collaborate with the organization in sensitizing the public on. Additionally, she appealed to government to establish facilities that educate children on road usage and construct roads that accommodate all users.
Child road safety is very important, and it should be a priority in every country, because any pandemic that involves children should be treated with urgency. Remember, we dealt with malnutrition, we've dealt with malaria, we've dealt with TB, we've dealt with COVID as a nation. But then, why is the government not taking road safety deaths as a pandemic? Because it is a pandemic. For me, just one life lost, one citizen lost, is a disaster.
However, Traffic Desk Assistant Jolo Mpande noted that the high number of road accidents involving children is influenced by various factors, as children are particularly vulnerable road users. Mr. Mpande stressed the importance of teaching children which side of the road to walk on and called on parents to reinforce roads such as the Traffic Desk, Zambia Police and RATSA, but to integrate road safety education into community settings, including churches, schools and local meetings.
It's important that we teach our children, first of all, which side of the road they must use when they are walking. Okay, we find that some children are walking on the left side instead of walking on the right-hand side. Now, the importance of walking on the right-hand side is that they are able to see vehicles that are coming, right? They are facing oncoming traffic, meaning that in case of any problem with the vehicle, they are able to see that vehicle.
We now take a break. Retain
ABSA. Play your cards right, Muntu Andy, and you could win big. Simply tap or swipe any of your ABSA cards 5 times in a month, and you could be one of 10 lucky winners to take home a cheap 10-pin in monthly prizes or walk away with a grand prize of 250,000 kwacha. Chaliroku, and you cannot afford to not get lucky. Use your ABSA card to enter the draw. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
Zambian boxer Private Nene Maonga has progressed to the next stage of the ongoing African Military Boxing Championship in Morocco after securing victory over Yusuf Yassine from Mozambique through a unanimous points decision in the 46-49 kg category. Meanwhile, Corporal Ben Banda has been eliminated from the tournament after losing to Fadel Zohaya of Morocco in the 60 kg category, while Corporal Samson Piri was defeated by Badamis Quadri of Nigeria. 3 Zambian boxers are yet to compete in the leading aircraftsman Emmanuel Ngoma. The championship will conclude on Friday when the top military boxers in Africa will be crowned. Zambia has sent 6 boxers to the competition, representing the Zambia Army, Air Force and National Service, with 2 athletes from each branch. The delegation is led by Lieutenant Kenel Noel Mumbi and managed by Lieutenant Catherine Piri. The team is coached by Warrant Officer Class 1 Wisdom Mudenda, while Warrant Officer Class 1 Darius Kabwe serves as the match official. This is contained in a statement issued by Ministry of Defense Principal Public Relations Officer Paul Shalala. In other sports news, Zambia Under-20 women's national team defender Margaret Gondwe has pledged to lead by example as the young Copper Queens set their sights on reclaiming COSAFA glory. Speaking to the First Media Unit in Lusaka, Gondwe emphasized the importance of hard work in achieving the team's objectives and urged fans to support them throughout it.
Then she led kwenda kuwina kosafa, so yaifunika chabe ni unity love na kusenzera che pamozi nifunika che kwa kuno kwena bwera nifunika nonesa kuti kuja kusinya kwenenzeri na ku U18 na gaming ako experience, so nifunika nonesa kuno noshtako encourage wanzanga.
Meanwhile, midfielder Taonga Mobanga expressed satisfaction with her teammates' dedication during training. Having recently transitioned from the under-17 squad to the under-20 team, Mobanga is determined to work hard and secure a place in the final squad.
Training yenda chabebu in the chimushe, then my preparations chabebu to the ready to play a game. Group is chabemushe, they working hard so that to win a game deals. Natoka under 17 for fans, so they working extra hard so that we can spend team 9. Competition in very good. Competition in very good, and shade high. Ti kamizana check to working hard to nzile more so that the can carry this. My fans, ti promise to win my games young. Ngamo tina win up 17. We can have back-to-back feet.
The young Copper Queens have been drawn into Group B, where they will compete against South Africa, Eswatini and Angola. The COSAFA Under-20 Women's Championship will take place as part of the Region 5 Games, scheduled from 4th to 13th July 2025. Here now are the headlines once again before we go. Chief Government Spokesperson says President Hakainde Hichilema remains dedicated to promoting a governance approach rooted in transparency, dialogue and reconciliation. Government has dismissed claims made by a daily tabloid alleging that the United Nations Human Rights Council found Zambia guilty of human rights violations, calling the report false, misleading and a deliberate act of misinformation. The Ministry of Mines has revealed that government has realized the sum of 11 billion